multi-system operators see the technology of satellite dishes as a threat to their future. They serve the areas that have a dense population, but they have a franchise on larger areas. They haven't been willing to make the investment to go out and serve those areas yet. And those areas and farther out in the country, that's where the satellite dishes are being purchased. And they don't really like that because they see competition. They don't like it. Well, the people who buy satellite dishes watch these programs. And the premium programs are the ones that are the most popular. The cable television companies happen to own most of the premium programmers. And the others rely on the cable television industry for about 95% of the money that they make each year. And so one industry in competition with another has a stranglehold over the source of raw material, the programs, for their competition. It's just that simple. It's not that complicated, really.
Gore made it clear that backyard dish owners are not thieves, nor do they want something for nothing. He expressed the need for fair pricing for programming.
What is a fair price? Well, this is America. A fair price is determined by the marketplace, unless there are unusual circumstances. That's where the second bit of unfairness comes in. They will not allow the marketplace to work. They will not allow supply and demand to set the price for the programs. And you know yourselves that when anyone goes to the programmers and says, I'd like to distribute your program, and I'd like to go and knock on doors and hustle like a small business person does, and go out and sell your program retail to dish owners, what do they say? They say, I'm sorry, we will not allow you to distribute our program because you don't happen to be a cable television company. That's right. They refuse to deal with anyone who is not a cable television company. One happy family on that side of the battle. Keep the prices up. Keep the prices up. Keep them up as high or higher than the price that a cable customer pays. Now think about it for a minute. Why should the price be the same? One of the people that you sell a dish to is making a substantial capital investment in order to buy the equipment that makes it possible for the program to be delivered from Hollywood or wherever to that person's home. A cable customer's not making any capital investment. The distributor's making the capital investment. Now why then would the price be higher for a dish owner than for a cable customer? It does not make sense. If the marketplace worked, it would be the other way around.
If you've ever written a letter to your senator or congressman and wonder if it made any difference, you'll be pleased to know that it has.
But you know how we have gotten as far as we've come on this issue? We've gotten this far because distributors and dish owners are the kind of people who will not take it lying down. It's just that simple. And thousands of people all over this country have taken the time to write letters and send telegrams and make telephone calls and go to meetings and talk to their congressmen and senators and get the message out. That's what has changed the tide of battle on this issue. And it is another bit of evidence that our system of government works, and that when we have the facts on our side, and when we have the feeling and emotion on our side, and when we have the people on our side, we can win.
Senator Gore's bill, S-889, has gotten a lot of support recently, but the war hasn't been won yet. The bill goes before the Senate for a vote in late October or early November. Gore asked for continued support to guarantee its passage into law.
And I need your help in order to pass this legislation. I can promise you that with your help, we are going to put a stop to the unfair and outrageously discriminatory practices of the programmers and cable companies. We are going to get a fair marketplace for dish owners. As in the past, we couldn't have gotten this far without grassroots support, and the only way we're going to continue the progress and pass this legislation is with a continuation of the grassroots support. So please keep writing and calling your congressmen and senators, and thank those who have already co-sponsored my legislation and the Tozan bill over in the House, and encourage those who have delayed to get on board now.
Senator Gore closed his speech by calling in some favors. He was not shy in stating that the TVRO industry should remember what he has done for them when it is time to go to the polls.
But ladies and gentlemen, the outcome of this election campaign is going to depend in large part upon the willingness of people at the grassroots level to go out on February the 8th to the caucuses and work and speak and caucus for the candidate they'd like to see win. I'm asking for your help in that election. I need your help. I need your support. You've seen my activity in the issue that I've referred to this morning. You know that I'm a fighter for what I believe is right. You know that I don't give up. You know that I marshal the facts and do what is best for people at the grassroots level. I'm here to tell you this morning that that is the same determination and the same approach that I take to every issue I get involved in. And those of you I've had a chance to work closely with are the ones I have to rely on when it comes time to do battle in the Iowa caucuses. So I'm asking for your help.
Dealers, this could be your commercial.
Now is the time to step up to satellite. A home satellite system provides more programming than you ever imagined, and it costs much less than you might think. A satellite system gives you access to literally every programming service in the United States, including 13 all-sports and 10 full-time movie channels and nearly 100 other services, even news before the networks get it. No other type of television even comes close. Don't settle for a limited choice when you can have the wide world of satellite TV in your own backyard. Over the past 2 years, home satellite systems have improved and simplified dramatically, while prices have dropped between 30 and 50%. Do yourself and your family a favor today and talk to your satellite dealer. The time is right, and so is the price.
This commercial will be customized for your satellite dealership with your address, your phone number, and information about special deals or promotions you are offering. Contact Network Productions Video Services Department at 201-562-0080 for information about this and other satellite television commercials. Remember, a television commercial is the most effective way to increase your sales. Contact Network Productions Video Services today at 201-562-0080. Announcing a special deal on Satellite TV Preview, a complete weekly satellite TV guide. Just mail us the cover of the guide you presently receive, and we'll give you a special deal of just $36 for a full year of Satellite TV Preview. That's $10 off the regular subscription price for Satellite TV Preview, a great guide. And all you have to do is send us a cover, and we'll send you Satellite TV Preview, the most complete weekly satellite TV guide. To get this special deal, just send your present guide cover with a $36 check or money order to 262 Old New Brunswick Road, Piscataway, New Jersey, 08854. Visa MasterCard orders, call 800-876-6121. Call today to save $10.
Thanks for watching us tonight. We appreciate your viewership. This is Boresight News. We'll be back next Thursday night on Westar 5 Transponder 1. I hope you took down those features and put them on your VCR. Make copies. Send them to congressmen. There's no copyright on this show for tonight. we want the information to get out. And we hope that what we've provided for you will help. Please let us know any feedback that you get. It's important for us so that we can report on it and get the grassroots movement going again. This has been an extremely active industry. You people out there have supplied the support for congressmen to bring up bills that they normally wouldn't have done. And again, a reminder, this Sunday night, an uplink by Senator Gore and SpaceNet 1. Tune in, invite your friends, pass the hat, raise money, support the senator that's been supporting this industry, and also support Senate Bill 889. I think I told you last week that this bill is starting to get a lot of opposition in Congress right now from cable executives that really see that if this bill is passed, their cable industry is going to be facing competition, and that's not going to be too good for them. But if the bill isn't passed, you can say goodbye to this industry, because that's what it's going to mean. See you next week.
Good evening. I would like to address all association members tonight outside of USIA. There are dealer associations all over the country. And fellas, at the Las Vegas trade show, we found out that that was a trade show that was a dealer no-show. The dealers we talked to out there and since the show have confirmed that. It's time that we had an old-time trade show where the dealers could go and view product that they could buy, where there were new and exciting things out there all the time, where booths rented for just maybe $150 and up, so that the man with just a few items and small things that he may have created with his own hands could show us things that we could use and things that we could develop and give away and all. It was exciting. Remember that? Yeah, most of you remember that. Today, the trade shows are too antiseptic. They're not for the dealers. How do we have a dealer trade show? How do we have a successful one or effective? We must unite the dealers. New association heads throughout the United States out there. Many of you I can name. Fine fellows with associations in states. Charlie Stubblefield in Tennessee. I talked to you. Virginia Beecham in Florida. Terry McDaniel in Louisiana. Frank Browning in Kentucky. Carl Houston in California. John Waldemorson in Pennsylvania. And in Texas, Cliff Michelle, and many others. I don't have time to go through those. All over. There's just an endless list of them. I want you to contact me. We're going to hold in Little Rock, Arkansas, May the 7th and 8th, a National Satellite Dealer Association Summit Conference. We're going to get together. We're going to spend 2 days and 2 nights, if we have to, non-stop, whatever, to beat out some sort of an alliance or an amalgamation or whatever we want to call it, whatever we decide at that time, to bring the dealers together. It's time we did that. You know that. We can hold our own trade show. We can provide funding for our associations. We can proceed with the activities the dealer is going to have to proceed with for him to actually thrive as we did at one time in this industry. We know what our enemy is. It's the cable industry. We've got to unite, fellas. Right here in Little Rock, May the 7th and 8th. Now, we have sponsors, manufacturers and distributors who will pay your room rent and $20 a day on your food bill here. We want 2 representatives from each association. Get in touch with me. Call me. I'll give you all the details. We've got transportation from the airport if you fly in. We've got your room and your board, man. And all you got to do is come here and let's get together and let's go out and do something positive. Now for the USIA members, thank you very much for your support in Las Vegas. We appreciate it, fellas, and all the applications that are still coming in from that activity out there. Thanks a lot. You're joining a winning team. There's no doubt about it. We will win. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.
You always do this, Trevor before.
I know. Well, first let me say that Mr. Burke's opinion is not necessarily shared by myself. I'm not saying it isn't either. I certainly think it's time that the industry got together, that the dealer association sit down and have some sort of meeting of the minds. It's long overdue. Certainly us dealers think so. I'm not so sure we should all be running, or all you groups should be running off to Arkansas, but that's neither here nor there. Good luck. Now, who doesn't have good luck? Poor Charlie Ergen and Esau. They don't have much luck at all, do they? You know what's interesting to me, or will be interesting to me, is to see how the media, our illustrious media, the Satellite Times and the Satellite TV Week, and the others handle this situation with Ecosphere and Esau. We saw how they handled it with Chaparral, how little press and how ambiguous the press was in handling Chaparral's patent infringements and possible fraud. I somehow sit here and wonder how they have the nerve to be so gracious about fraud, and how a person who has made millions of dollars from another person, namely Taylor Howard and Bob Taggart, have made millions and millions from people like Gene Augustin and Gary at National ADL and Gary down at Maxey, threatening these people always with the possibility of a lawsuit. Indeed, they did sue Gene and Bowman. And now it turns out that these people were fraudulent, or possibly fraudulent. Possibly fraudulent. Isn't that good? The word possible. Is he possibly guilty? The verdict isn't in on Chaparral, just like the verdict isn't in on us. But yeah, we take the heat every single week. We were forced to get rid of Boresight just because of that situation. Well, we're not going to have to get rid of this show. And we're winning our legal battles, and someday the court will rule in our favor, and you will all see that we were not what GI and Maycom and HBO and Showtime said we were. You'll see that the way they fight is a dirty way. Now, if they're willing to fight with us dirty, and they're willing to do what they've done, in our opinion, totally without any real evidence, or without even, I mean, there can't be evidence because it's not there. Is it not possible that GI has not conspired in some way to put Ergen out of business? After all, Ergen owns Houston Tracker. And Houston Tracker is the biggest receiver manufacturer in the satellite industry. Don't think it's not possible. Don't think GI is not loving every moment of it. Maybe that fight that Charlie Ergen had with Larry Dunham in Congress will force Charlie to pay dearly for being true and honest. Well, that's all I have to say tonight. Remember, there are people that really do support this industry. And I guess Tom Burke is one of them. And I think I'm one of them. And I think Charlie Ergen is one of them. Before anybody goes condemning him for trying to export units into Mexico, think about all those units that GI has sent up to Canada, knowing full well they're all being pirated. And all the other things that have come out about the Video Cipher in the last year and a half after GI bought the Video Cipher division. Not coincidental, just like this thing with Ergen isn't coincidental. This is a corrupt industry. And you add to it by supporting certain people and certain companies. See you later. Well, boy, did I hear from a lot of you out there that said, what the heck is going on here? Why do you want us to record our seed keys if we're going to have it cloned? Because let's just hope that programmers understand that we want to pay for programming. And let's hope the 1.4 million VC2s that are out there, and 1.1 of them are pirated, 1.1 million are pirated, someday decide that they want to pay for programming because the pricing is fair, or there's some sort of pay-per-views that you really want to enjoy. Well, if you have a cloned Video Cipher, you can't do it. You cannot enjoy pay-per-view if it's on a separate tier bit. Sorry, not available. Every dealer out there should be recording every seed key of every box that they're going to clone. Well, I don't care whether you're inside or outside this country. Remember, if you're cloning inside this country, you're breaking the law. But if you're outside the country, you should be saving your customers' keys, because one day it may be legal to have a video cipher outside the country, and programmers may legally be able to charge. And your customer should have the right to decide whether or not he wants to pay for programming if he's legally able to do it finally, once and for all. As you go around cloning, and GI just loves it because they're going to sell more video ciphers. Of course, you poor programmers, you're so stupid that you don't listen to what's going on anymore. So you think GI's the greatest person in the world, I guess. I don't know how stupid you could be or why you could be so stupid, but you are dumber than shit. It's really hard to believe that you're this stupid. But you are. And I hope you dealers are not as dumb as those programmers. I hope you do not throw away those seed keys from your customers as you busily run around cloning. Buy a seed key dumper. It is only $695. You can get it from John Electronics up in Canada, or you can get it from CTS down in Florida. Both companies have them. And every box that you're doing any work to whatsoever, you should pull the seed keys and give them back to the customer, so the customer will have a record of his seed keys, of his video cipher, so that if it's hit by lightning, if the battery goes dead and is dumped, or he decides he wants to clone it to another number, or for whatever reason, whatever happens, he knows what his box is and he has his IDs. Because that's what the seed key is. The seed key is the identification of your box, and in conjunction with that and your identification number, your ID, is how you get your programming. I don't know why you would do otherwise. I know this, that if you consumers want me to do it, I will gladly do it. It is $100. And I will do it for those of you that are concerned about lightning, concerned about playing with the box, are concerned about GI one day stealing your seed keys, which they may or may not be able to do from the sky, and you decide you want to save them. It is $100. Make your check payable to me, Sean Kenny, and I will gladly save them and send them back to you, and I will not keep a record of your seed key. And the fact that in terms of how you are listed in my deposit slip, you're listed as cash, folks. And I send it back a certain way so that you don't have to worry about who knows what I've sent you back, because who should know whether I've hold your seed keys or have recorded your seed keys for you? Nobody's business. So that's that on that. Now, Wizard. We're not going to run a piece. We have a special piece we want to run. We're going to run it next week. We're going to show you a little clip from vCipher Technologies ad, and then we're going to show you a really neat piece that was done by a very good friend of ours. So stay tuned.
Satellite dealers and VC2 resellers. Are you sending out your video cipher boxes to be fixed by others? Are you leaving a UPS or FedEx trail directly to your door? Think about it. And if you do, you should worry. Or you can worry no more. Become integrated like an IRD. Make all the profit and leave no trails. vCipher Technology offers a package that makes you fully independent and self-reliant. And never, ever have your VC2s turned off again. We guarantee it. vCipher Technologies offers the video cipher technician, and even the non-technical person, the most complete package for repairs, cloning, and modifying video cipher ever offered. The package includes a chip disk with over 25 programs for cloning, utilities, and pay-per-view run chips, including the famous Doomsday chipset, which cannot be turned off. It operates on all old and new boards and gets SpaceNet 223, the previously unobtainable Telstar channel. The package includes full software tools such as disassemblers and simulators, and full documentation. Full video cipher schematics, parts lists, and a complete description of how the VC2 works, plus secret inside information on the video cipher module itself. It includes a high-quality EEPROM burner which programs the appropriate EEPROMs in about 15 seconds. It includes a tube of 28-pin sockets and software on EEPROMs included. 2 sets of 0181 keys and 1 set of 0180 keys are included and are guaranteed to run for 1 year, or they're replaced free of charge. You get several commented listings of the various U30 and U7 programs in the video cipher, and a helpful tricks list on how to display on-screen messages and crack many of the video cipher chips. Full detail. Oh, good. I love epoxy. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Oh, God, look at that. Oh, oh yeah. 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 Get some more of this up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, look at that.
Remember, say no to GI.
First-hand experience on a one-on-one basis for VC2 enhancement. For more information, call area code 514-451-5704. That's V-Cipher Systems. We're located in Montreal at area code 514-451-5704.
Well, now listen, don't go away. I'm not going to be able to run Lee's piece because we have to do something else. But put Wizard's number up. Wizard is really a great product. It's illegal inside the U.S., but for those of you living outside the U.S., it's an ideal product because you no longer have to worry about getting your video cipher authorized. It doesn't need authorization. You put the Wizard chip in, and then you punch in the 28 numbers for the working key, and that's it. You don't do, and there's only one working key, unless you're going to do one of those special pay-per-views. Some people say you have to have a working key for Showtime, HBO. No, there's one working key, and you put it in every other month. And where will you get the working key? Well, you can get the working key right here if you have a wire decoder and you live outside the United States, because this program is scrambling. As of, I guess now, not for another 2 to 3 more, probably another 3 more weeks the way we're going. But this yellow rain is going to be encoded. But what wouldn't be encoded is this commercial you're going to see right now. Wait a minute, why is his name still there? Well, why ever his name is still here. Tom will be back shortly, but right now we do have some special guests. We have, of course, Bob Maddox, but let us not forget Cindy. Cindy's back. Cindy Pierce is back.
Hot Cigarette.
And I'm not leaving.
Let us hope not. Okay, now, this is a real interesting show we have for you tonight because we have an incredible amount of product that we went out and were given us.
Lounged and shrugged.
Actually, most of this stuff has been brought in as a commission deal, whereby the dealers have found it a very lucrative opportunity for us